our esteemed viewers. Welcome to another episode of the program This Week in History, where we talk about everything historical, the adventures, discoveries, and events. Can you remember what happened in the year 1971, 1985, and even 1895? Well, do not be puzzled, because we will bring it to your knowledge. I am Patricia Bassi. Please subscribe to this channel, like, and drop your comments. We will be back after the break. May 23, 2015, John Forbes Nash Jr., born June 13, 1928, at Bluefield, West Virginia, USA, died near Monroe Township, New Jersey. He was an American mathematician who was awarded the 1994 Nobel Prize for Economics for his landmark work. Nash enrolled in chemical engineering at the Carnegie Institute of Technology, which later became Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, before he switched to chemistry and then to mathematics, in which he finally received both bachelor's and master's degree in 1948. Nash research into differential equations at Massachusetts Institute of Technology led to his seminal paper, Real Algebraic Manifolds, which was published in Annals of Mathematics in November 1952. May 24, 1686, Gabriel Daniel Farnsworth, German physicist, was born. He devised a temperature scale and introduced the use of mercury in thermometers. He assigned the number 32 for the melting point of ice, 96 to the temperature of blood, and 212 to the steam point. May 25, 1895, Oscar Wilde, born October 16, 1854, was an Irish poet and playwright. After writing in different forms throughout the 1880s, the early 1890s saw him become one of the most popular playwrights in London. He is best remembered for his epigrams and plays, famed writer of Dolan Gray and The Importance of Being Earnest. Playwright Oscar Wilde was on May 25, 1895, found guilty of gross indecency in London and sentenced 2 years of hard labor. He was arrested on charges of gross indecency under Section 11 of the Criminal Law Amendment Act. May 25, 1994. After 20 years in exile, Russian author Alexander Solzhenitsyn returned to his homeland. He had been expelled from Soviet Russia in 1974 after his 3-volume work exposing the Soviet prison camp system, The Gulag Archipelago, was published in the West. May 26, 1992, White House announced that the Coast Guard was returning a group of Haitian refugees picked up at sea to their homeland under a new executive order signed by Bush. In a written statement, White House said the move is necessary to protect the lives of Haitians imperiled by the 600-mile journey. May 26, 2007, Nigeria's oil unions said they have suspended a 2-day-old strike after the government met their demands over the proposed sale of 2 state-owned oil refineries. May 27, 1818, American reformer Amelia Jenks Bloomer, who popularized the Bloomer's garment that bears her name, was born on this date in Houma, New York. She received only a few years schooling at the district school in Cortland County, New York, but was evidently well enough educated to teach in another school when she was 17 years old. In 1849, she began the publication of a periodical called Lily, writing on such subjects as temperance, education, unjust marriage laws, and women's suffrage. May 27, 1837, legendary gunfighter James Butler Wild Hickok was born in Troll Grove. As a youth, Hickok helped his father operate an underground railroad stop for runaway slaves and during the Civil War became a daring Union scout. After the war, Hickok's fame as a skilled marksman, Indian fighter, and frontier marshal grew, leading to a stint as a featured attraction with Buffalo Bill Godey's Wild West show. On August 2nd, 1876, Hickok was shot from behind and killed while playing poker in Saloon Number 10 in Deadwood, Dakota Territory. Contrary to his custom, Hickok was sitting with his back to the door. May 28, 1937, President Roosevelt pushed a button in Washington signaling that vehicular traffic could cross the just-opened Golden Gate Bridge in California. Cars were charged 50 cents each way. May 29, 1953, at 11:30 a.m., Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay, a Sherpa of Nepal, became the first explorers to reach the summit of Mount Everest, which stands at 29,035 feet above sea level, is the highest point on Earth. The two, part of a British expedition, made a final assault on the summit after spending a fateful night at 27,900 feet. News of the achievement broke around the world on June 2nd, the day of Queen Elizabeth II's coronation, and Britons hailed it as a good omen for the country's future. The first recorded attempt to climb Everest was made in 1921 by a British expedition that trekked 400 difficult miles across the Tibetan Plateau to the foot of the Great Mountain. A raging storm forced them to abort their ascent, but the mountaineers, among them George Leigh Mallory, had seen what appeared to be a visible route up the peak. How interesting. Indeed, a whole lot of things happened in the past. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of this episode of the program, This Week in History. I still remain Patricia Bassi. Do well to subscribe to this channel in order to get notifications of the next episode. Till I come your way again, please stay safe and be good.